It's 2023 and everything is changing. We don't only use radio anymore, we use podcasts. In future, we're not only going to use cars, we're going to have flying cars. Well, we might. Who knows? We just might. Now, what is all of this? This is all that you call a revolution. And right now, we are headed into what you call the fourth industrial revolution, which is a very big thing. But what exactly is the fourth industrial revolution? The fourth industrial revolution is the next phase in the digitalization of the manufacturing sector driven by the rise of human-machine interaction, improvements in robotic, and of course, artificial intelligence. This is a complete change as opposed to what we are all used to. Before the change that we are about to experience, the previous generation experienced changes too. They were given the internet, cell phones rather, and all kinds of electronics. They experienced change, so we're going to experience change too. This is a technological change that cannot be reversed. It's not supposed to be reversed. Everything changes, right? This is exactly what the fourth industrial revolution is. A change in the manufacturing sector. A change in which we are going to experience things that we've never seen before, which is something that we're supposed to see anyways. Now, how how is this change presenting itself in the South African context? Unfortunately, when it comes to South Africa, there hasn't been huge improvements when it comes to the fourth industrial revolution, especially in the health and educational sectors. Somehow we're struggling to catch up. The COVID-19 pandemic showed South Africans how far behind we are when it comes to the fourth industrial revolution with regards to the educational sector, especially when we are talking about government schools, Model C schools, as well as schools in the townships of South Africa. Many schools in the townships don't have tablets yet, they're still using textbooks. Um, they don't have access to proper printing machines. They don't have access to proper tuck shops for children to have food to eat during breaks. There's just a lot that we need to catch up on. And as it stands, there's a big need for technical skills to be the main focus for the children and the youth so that the future generation can make use of how the world is going to be, which is something that is very important. We need to focus on fourth industrial revolution type of skills so that the future generation can then take advantage of these skills and use those skills in order to keep on moving forward, in order to elevate the economy further and further and further. It's also going to allow them to have a place in the economy, which is exactly what we all want. Every single person is striving for a place in the economy. So as it stands, the South African country rather, still needs to catch up to the fourth industrial revolution, especially when it comes to the health sector as well as the educational sector. Emphasis on education, by the way. Emphasis on education. South African government schools need major attention when it comes to advancements. Children need to start using tablets instead of just textbooks. Children need to then get to be taught by the tablets. Not that teachers are supposed to be obsolete, no, but then having the tablets as an extra is going to alleviate the learning process for kids, which is something that we all need, which is something that's going to make learning much more fun and much more easier for the kids. Now, the implications of the fourth industrial revolution in the radio industry are quite big. They're quite big. Back in the day, everyone used to use traditional radio for all kinds of messages all day, every day. It was a booming industry. Even though radio is still relevant as it was in the past, the industry is moving in different directions depending on what is more comfortable to the presenter or the producer. It's not just traditional radio anymore. We have online radio stations such as Worldwide FM by Gilles Peterson and podcasts by the legendary South African Mac G. Therefore, accessibility to the broadcasting industry is becoming wider and wider, affording everyone an opportunity to be known. So the radio industry is becoming somewhat better as compared to how it used to be because now more people are going to have access to being on radio, which is something that we all need. There's online radio radio, my favorites, Worldwide FM, and my favorite podcast, MacG, Podcast and Chill. How to use changes in technology to benefit the media organization. The best thing to do, honestly, is to adapt to changes and not to run away from change. Refraining from the adaptation of the fourth industrial revolution will result in the obsolescence of skills and development, which will cause one to fall back behind. You don't want to fall behind, do you? You want to remain having a place in the economy. We live in an era of technology. For us, Gen Z babies, adapting shouldn't be so difficult. I mean, yes, when we were still babies, we used to use toys, we used to play with bricks. Okay, well, some of us used to play with bricks, but then it wasn't long until we then got access to television and smartphones. So it should be easy for us to, adapt. And if you know the movie I, Robot by Will Smith, then you know exactly where we're heading to because that's where we're going to. Thank you for watching.